कितना बढ़िया दिख गया। Sir, done.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. आवाज आ रही है?
Yes. I can listen to it.
Okay, fine. Very good evening, sir. And
Yes. Good evening.
sir, आप सेटअप कर लो. आप सेटअप कर लो.
हो गया. सेटअप हो गया.
Okay, fine. To all the viewers, जो मेरे पास 5 मिनट के अंदर अंदर बहुत सारे व्हाट्सएप पर मैसेज आ रहे थे कि सर कितने बजे स्टार्ट हो रहा है, तो लेट मी टेल यू, सर वाज इन्वॉल्व विद अनदर वेबिनार एंड वहां से उठ के सर को यहाँ पे तुरंत शिफ्ट होना था. सो थैंक यू वेरी मच सर कि आपका यहाँ से वहां फटाफट चल रहा है एंड यू गेव अस टाइम.
यू आर मोस्ट वेलकम.
ओए होए छटे पटे वाली टी शर्ट सीए मिलन वेकरिया. ओके सर, अराउंड सर दिस न्यू हेडफोन अवतार सूट्स यू मोर. ओके सर, अनलॉक 1 कैसा चल रहा है, कैसा लग रहा है फीलिंग आफ्टर लॉकडाउन एंड देन अनलॉक?
See, whether it is lockdown or unlock or anything, whether it is January or December, whether it is day or night, अच्छा ही लगना चाहिए. That is simple.
Yes, that is the vibes which we get when we interact with you, and I was expecting same answer. Yes, सर आज का जो अपना सेशन है वो बहुत स्पेसिफिक सेशन है. जनरली जो अपने सेशन करते हैं दैट इज ऑल अबाउट मैनेजमेंट एंड ऑल अबाउट लीडरशिप एंड ऑल दिस थिंग्स. लेकिन आज का एक सेशन एक अपने बहुत अलग वैरायटी टॉपिक अपने सिलेक्ट किया है, दैट इज अबाउट आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस एंड नेचुरल विजडम. सो व्यूअर्स को मैं जरा ये बता दूं कि आज का सेशन अपना कैसे चलने वाला है. वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट दिस होल टॉपिक जो हमने पहले से डिसाइड करके रखा है. एंड देन जो एक सैड न्यूज आज हमारे बीच में आए दोपहर को, उसके ऊपर भी हमने थोड़ा सर से व्यू जानने की बात की है, बिकॉज द यूथ रिक्वायर्स दिस पॉइंट ऑल्सो. सो sir, without much of time, I think we should start with the topic.
Definitely. First and foremost thing, let me thank you for providing this opportunity. 1, 2, let me thank all my viewers for being here. And 3, let me apologize for starting this late. The actual reason was, today we have launched a very big thing, that is industrial portal, where our students, chartered account students across the country, they can get the benefit of selecting various companies for industrial training. And that was supposed to be over at 6:45. So I was under an impression that 6:45 gets over, I'll be in a position to come here at 7. But somehow there were so many questions there, and the president ICI and vice president ICI were already there. When they are already there, I cannot move out. Actually speaking, it was my program committee as well as the portal, so it took a little more time. Program खत्म हो गया था, but मेरा already बैटरी उसमें ज्यादा यूज हो गया था, हर चीज का, लैपटॉप, मोबाइल, हर चीज का. So I had to just chat for some 5-10 minutes, और थोड़ा अपने आप को भी चार्ज, मतलब थोड़ा कुछ खाना था, इसलिए 5-10 मिनट का ब्रेक लिया. Now we can start.
नहीं सर, आपका सेशन जब होता है ना, आप भले आपके मोबाइल की बैटरी चार्ज नहीं हो लेती, लेकिन आप चार्ज होते हो तो हमारा यहाँ पे व्यूअर्स भी चार्ज हो जाता है. विद इन 2 मिनट्स वी आर मोर देन 100. सेंचुरी तो सर ऐसे ही लग चुकी है. हाँ. Okay, so without wasting much of the time, sir, I think we should start with our session. That is something on artificial intelligence. And sir, बात अपने बड़ी करते हैं. बहुत सारे सीए स्टूडेंट्स हो या हम भी जब पढ़ते थे तो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस बहुत जगह पे आता भी था पढ़ाई के अंदर भी. बट वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट एक्चुअली आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस इज. एंड अगर आप इसको कुछ सिंप्लीफाई एग्जाम्पल के थ्रू अगर समझा सको तो शायद तक ज्यादा बेटर वे में हमको समझ पाएगा सर.
So friends, let us understand. Artificial intelligence, this word is not new. It is being used for the last 5 decades. I'll not go into the history of that, because I don't think we are going to talk about history, but just to give a rough idea, that in 1956 there was a conference in Dartmouth, and in that conference they all unanimously coined this word. Though I don't believe in that. For instance, when you read the English books, they said Adam Smith was the father of economics. He started with economics. But when you look at the Indian version, thousands of years back, already Kautilya, Chanakya had written the economics. So, we are not going to go into the history or debate on that. But it was somewhere 1956, where Companies Act was being set up in India, right? And there was a conference in Dartmouth where John McCarthy is said to be the person, a father of this particular artificial intelligence. So way back, nearly 60, 70 years, this word has been there. It is not a new word. Many people feel that artificial intelligence is a new word, but you can just imagine it is 64 years old word. So now what is this artificial intelligence? Let us understand. See, whatever human beings are doing, we want the same things to be done by machines. That is artificial intelligence. Matlab, let me be on a lighter note. In the good olden days, you had a concept of gulam. There was some Razia Sultana, and she had a gulam called Yaqub. Anyway, that gulam was, we can say, a fortunate one because he could romance around with his master, like Razia. So those days there was something like gulam. Whatever you say, they used to do. Now the era of gulam is over. Still we want gulams. So now we want machines to be the gulams. Now that is what the concept of artificial intelligence is. What human beings can do, the same thing you want the machines to do. For that, let us understand something very basic. We can see, we can hear, we can smell, we can taste, we can feel. Right? This is what human beings are. Of course, there are many other things. We can think, we can compare, we can do many such things, analysis and all. So the same thing we want the machines to do. Right? Whether the machines are, mechanical machines, or they are computers, or you say that is robots, or whatever. Basically, if the machines can do what human beings can do, then that can serve the purpose of humanity. And that is what artificial intelligence is about. Artificial intelligence generally is categorized like this: a weak form of artificial intelligence, a strong form of artificial intelligence, and super form of artificial intelligence. What does it mean? A weak form of intelligence means they are much below the human abilities. They can only do something, some few things. See, human beings are too intelligent, right? Computers are not that intelligent. Let us understand, machines and computers are not as intelligent as we are. Right? So we are going to discuss at the end, as we are talking about, when such a beautiful life has been given to us, it is not worth throwing away by way of suicide. Right? That's why artificial intelligence is a beautiful topic. And let us understand, computers are no match, machines are no match, artificial intelligence is no match for human beings, human capabilities. Let us understand. What we can see with our eyes, camera cannot see that much. You require different lenses for camera. Right? For wide angle, you require different lens. For tele lens, you require different lens. For a bird photography, maybe 200, 700 lens, tele lens. For animal photography, 100, 400 lens. For nature photography, 1735 lens. For regular photography, 18105 lens or 24,105 lens. But for human beings, single lens. So look at it. What human beings are? Computers can never think like us, cannot feel like us, cannot speak like us. But when some part of human things, the machines are capable of doing. That is what we say artificial narrow intelligence. Let us take an example. Alexa, Siri, Cortana, what are they? They can speak like us to a limited extent.
Yes.
They can listen like us, limited extent. They are not intelligent. They can only speak whatever they are programmed for. Right? So that is a narrow form of artificial intelligence. The point is, by way of artificial intelligence, we want to smoothen out the human efforts. Right? If machines at a very low cost, in a very efficient way, right, within a very short span of time can do something what otherwise human ones could have done. I think we are going to make human beings free from mundane tasks. I think that is what is artificial intelligence if used in the right perspective. So we talked about the big AI, or we can say artificial narrow intelligence. Google Maps. People, you can eat and you can taste. Google Maps cannot taste, right?
Yes.
You can see you can see good and bad things. Some few things which you should not see, even that also you see, right? Google Map cannot do that. You can feel romance, you can listen to songs. Google Map cannot do that. Google Map can do only a particular thing, thing. That's why you say it is a narrow form or a big form of artificial intelligence. It is known as ANI, artificial narrow intelligence. I'm giving very basic simple examples so that people can easily understand. The second form is artificial general intelligence. Here, rather than only a specific task being performed by machine, you want machine to be more capable. Like human beings, if not better than human beings, at least to some reasonable extent of human beings. And that is what is known as artificial general intelligence, AGI, right? Artificial narrow intelligence, ANI, is today a success, right? We have not very much reached to the stage of AGI, though in some of the projects we have been successful. And the third stage, which is what the world is envisaging. When you watch the Hollywood movies where everything happens in New York and the aliens attack in New York, and where the machines are going to take away human beings, when they are going to kill us, when you look at these movies, those supercomputers, those super machines, then we are talking about ASI, artificial super intelligence, ASI, right? Which are one step ahead of human beings. Like, let us understand, once again, appreciate one fact: human beings have wonderful capabilities. What human brain can do, machines cannot. But in certain aspects, machines can be better than human beings. Take a very simple example of calculator. It does calculation much faster than a human brain. But does it mean calculator can compute us? Definitely not. So let us understand, ASI, what we are talking about, artificial super intelligence. Here we are going to talk about those machines, those computers, robots, bots, whatever you say, right, which are going to supersede human beings in most of the things. So that is what artificial intelligence is about. The three different stages, as I talked about: ANI, AGI, and ASI. Now Elon Musk has made a statement by 2040. Now I don't know much about Elon Musk, right? I know one of my very good friends in council. Actually, you know very well that I am a speaker more on management, on technology. You had already invited Anil, and because you started with technology, I had to just join him for technology. Otherwise, I am not a man of technology. I have very basic knowledge about it, right? So,
sir, just 1 minute. I am interrupting you. Anil sir यहाँ पे comment कर रहा है कि Jay sir is the king of Surat and even Anil sir is there with us on the live. So it is our fortunate, at least for me, कि जब मैं Instagram live कर रहा हूँ तो एक बाजू मेरे साथ जय सर है लाइव सेशन में और एक बाजू अनिल सर हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं. It is a wonderful time for me, at least.
I am also very, very, I can say fortunate, where a person like Anil Bhandari, a very visionary person, and at the same time, in terms of technology, one of the best chartered accountants I have seen, right? And you are going to make me, if you had not told me this fact, then I would be a little less conscious. Now you are going to make me more conscious when Anil is there. So, because he is 100 times better in terms of technology than what I am. But anyway, as I was talking about, in 2000, Elon Musk says that by 2040, ASI will be there, and there will be bots which will definitely supersede human beings. So anyway, this is something interesting. What will the repercussions we'll discuss later on. Yeah, so this was something basic about artificial intelligence.
Okay. सर बहुत अच्छे से आपने एक बेसिक कंसेप्ट तो सबका क्लियर कर दिया कि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस एक बाजू है और इंसान एक बाजू है. एंड कई बार ये डिस्कशन चलता भी है कि भाई इंसान को क्या मशीन हर जगह पर रिप्लेस कर देंगे, बट यू मेड इट वेरी मच क्लियर कि भाई इंसान वहीं पे रहेगा और मशीन लेवल पे ही रहेगा. and human will always supersede than the machine because ultimately machines are created by the humans.
Definitely.
हाँ सर, या आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस से अगर अपन जरा आगे बढ़ते हैं तो कई बार ये वर्ड हम लोग इंटरचेंजली पे यूज कर जाते हैं कई बार कि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस हो, मशीन लर्निंग हो, या दीज वर्ड्स आर इंटरचेंजली पे यूज बाय मेनी पीपल. तो सर, व्हाट इज द मशीन लर्निंग एंड हाउ इट इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस?
Okay. To the audience, because what I believe, most of the audience might be either chartered accountants or chartered accountant students, right? So I am putting the things in a very simple perspective. Let us think about artificial intelligence as all the cars. Of that, you come to Toyota. That is a subset, right? A be the set of all the cars. Toyota cars is the subset B, right? And within Toyota, let us talk about Fortuner. That is the subset of set B. Similarly, artificial intelligence is a big thing, right? It's a part of computer science. It's a part of computer science which deals with number of aspects. Machine learning is a part of it. Machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. There is one more concept coined as deep learning. Let's understand. Artificial intelligence covers a number of aspects. The concept of artificial intelligence is to mimic human beings, right? Mimic, simulate, right? You want to simulate human beings, right? Not necessarily in the form. Artificial is not about robot only. Any machine is artificial intelligence, right? Which does the work what human beings are doing. That is AI. Right? But within AI, after a number of aspects, there is something like machine learning. What does machine learning do? Machine learning uses statistical tools to explore the data. Statistical tools are explored. The concept here is, one is we feed something in machine. We feed something in machine and machine works. That is fine. That is fine. But now we want a second generation of machine where machine learns at its own. Machines should do self-learning. See, we are doing self-learning, right? We are doing self-learning. A child who grows up in Gujarat naturally speaks Gujarati. A child who grows up in Rajasthan naturally speaks Marwadi. Even if you don't teach him, he will learn it. He will learn it, right? And if you look at Bollywood, right? Whether you know Hindi or not, but if you regularly watch Bollywood, then you will learn Hindi. And of course, many other bullshit also. So, what I'm trying to say is, we learn on our own. Machines don't have the capacity to learn on their own. But now what we want to understand is, if we keep on programming and giving algorithms to the machines, it is going to be a very difficult thing. You can explain a human being a very simple way. To explain something, just tell me one thing. You know, like in most of the cases, when artificial intelligence is discussed, I'll put it this way. Keval, you get married and produce a kid, right? Now, your kid can easily make out, if you tell him this is apple, A for apple, and this is orange, O for orange, or this is D for dog, and this is C for cat. After looking at cat for 2 times, he will easily make out cat. He will easily make out cat. He will easily make out this is dog. He will easily make out apple. Do you think the machine can make out easily? The answer is no. The machine cannot easily make out. But what we intend to do is let the machine itself make out this aspect. And that is what is machine learning. For that, you know, we have to, of course, initially we have to feed in the program, right? The algorithms, the logic into the machine, right? But over a period of time, what we want is machine to learn. For that, certain projects were there. When artificial intelligence started, how it happened? Suppose you wanted to explain a computer that this is a cat. How do you explain? Now you cannot tell a computer, this is a cat, this is a cat, right? So, you know, at the very initial stage, when AI was moving up, when AI was coming up, at the very initial stage, it was something like, you imagine about a cat. That cat has 2 eyes and nose. Now, you know, what is the distance between the 2 eyes and the nose, right? Form a triangle in terms of cat, whether the face is round, or you know what type of face is there, whether the ears are, you know, this, what is the geometry? The geometry of a cat and a camel and an elephant will be different. So you are trying to fit the geometry. You are trying to fit in the geometry. in artificial intelligence, right? So that the computer can make out this is cat. This was primarily AI. But over a period of time, what happened? Now that you have fed in that this is a cat. But suppose you have shown the front face of cat and the computer cannot recognize the side face. Or suppose cat is showing the tail. Then the computer cannot make out, you can make out. So that's a problem. Or just think about it. Cat is hiding behind a wall and only half of the face is coming up. Then computer will not accept it. So then they came up with another project. Where now in machine learning, because it is statistics. For statistics, you require voluminous data. If the data is limited, then statistics cannot succeed. The definition of statistics itself is aggregates of facts affected to the marked extent by multiplicity of clauses. So voluminous data. Now what you are doing, you are giving millions of pictures to computer of cat and dog from all the angles. And now the computer is trying to look at it. And now the computer itself has to learn this is a cat. So now you are free from explaining that it should be a round face, there should be two eyes and nose, and your triangle should be like this. Such type of algorithms, you are coming out of it. But for that, millions of pictures, millions of images should be fed in. And the second stage of AI, that is the machine learning one, machine should learn on their own. Here also, like in artificial intelligence, we looked at narrow, strong, and super. Here also there are three types of distinctions made by experts. One is regarding the supervised machine learning. What is supervised machine learning? In management terms, we have something like structured decisions and unstructured decisions, or programmed decisions and unprogrammed decisions. In programmed decisions, we have the past. You already have some past data, right? On the basis of that, you already made some basic rules. So it is very easy for somebody to take a decision because he will look into the past. There is some rule. He will look at the situation. He will compare with the past, and then on the basis of that, he can easily take a decision. That is structured decision. So structured decision can be very easily delegated to the lower star. Unstructured decision is when you go to the past, right? You have to take your decision on the basis of your judgment, on the basis of your analysis. So similarly, there is something like labeled data and there is unlabeled data. Labeled data means in the past, you already labeled that data in the computer. You already feed in the computer that particular data. That is labeled data, right? For instance, think about a machine to check the currency note or count the currency note, right? The machines for currency note, they can count, they can identify this is 2000 currency note, this is 500 rupees note. Similarly, they can make out what are the various coins. So what is it? You already feed in that these are the features of this notes. On the basis of that, they can make out which note it is, and they will count like this. This is supervised. We have already given the label data. So this is supervised machine learning. Another thing would be unsupervised machine learning. Here different type of algorithms are there. One of them being clustering. I'll explain you this way. Just imagine this fact. Suppose in a computer, you feed the data of cricketers for so many years. Okay, for instance, you feed in data for a number of cricketers for say 10 years or 15 years, whatever match they have played. Now what will happen? The computer is looking at the runs and the wickets, right? It will make out that this particular batsman, it is like a scattered diagram. X-axis, Y-axis. On X-axis you have wickets, on Y-axis you have runs. Computer will take the right scales. Now suppose Sachin Tendulkar is there. In most of the matches, what will happen? Runs side, suppose run is on the Y-axis and wickets on the X-axis. Then he will move more towards the Y-axis because he has not taken wickets more, but has made more runs. It will be on Y-axis. So all more of the dots will be on that particular area. And maybe Anil Kumble, he will be having towards X-axis. From computer can make out that there are two different segregated sets. Computer cannot make out that this is a batsman or bowler by terminology. Nomenclature will not there. But believe me, this machine language, this machine will automatically segregate this is a bowler, this is a batsman, this is an all-rounder, and this seems to be none of them, maybe. So this is unsupervised machine learning, and you are not already labeled it. But there are some good algorithms, some programs whereby The computer, on the basis of, once again, statistical data, can look into it. Or there can be a hybrid version of this, that is supervised as well as unsupervised. What is a hybrid form? Let us understand. Suppose you have already explained the computer or a machine that this is elephant, and this is camel, right? Now suppose your computer, now you show a picture to the computer, and suppose instead of animal, elephant, it says it is camel. It says it is camel, right? Then you will go back and you will give the feedback. No, this is camel, not elephant. Once again, you will keep on giving the data to it, and it will keep on giving you the answers. Some of the answers will be wrong, and you are giving the continuous feedback. And on the basis of feedback, slowly and gradually, it will come to the correct type of answers. And that is what is the blend of the supervised and unsupervised. This is known as hybrid or reinforcement learning. So this is about machine learning, and deep learning is one step ahead. Now what is this deep learning? AI, as I said, it is a set. Within that, the subset is the machine learning, and within that there is another subset, and that is the deep learning. Now we have got to understand that this is something very interesting, and here once again comes the issue: what nature has given to us. What nature has given to us. You know what? If you look at the neurology, I was listening to actually one Art of Living speaker. Once I was into an Art of Living program in a particular camp for a few days, and one of the person came there and he spoke about the human brain, that we have 100 billion neurons. 100 billion neurons. Now you can just understand what is billions. 100 crores. So 100 billion means we have more than 10,000 crore neurons in our brain, right? 10,000 crores neurons. And with these neurons, from each and every neuron, there are some 2,000 to 10,000 dendrites. Dendrites connects two neurons. Between the two neurons, there are dendrites which get the connection. Now, can you imagine if you go with the permutation combination for 10,000 crore neurons, each having 2,000 to 10,000 dendrites, and you make a permutation combination, your computer will fail. They cannot tell you what is the answer. Even the supercomputer will fail. This is the power of human mind. So what this AI scientists are looking at, AI scientists are looking at the human brain, how it is working. On a lighter note and in a simple way, let me digress a little. Our human brain is considered to be divided into two parts, the left and the right. Left, as per India, in India we have the concept of Ardha Nar Narishwarvad. Now look at the beauty of this concept. In Japan and China, there is concept of yin and yang. Yin and yang, male energy and female energy. In India, we have the Ardha Nar Narishwarvad. When we see Nataraj, Shiv when he's doing Tandav, it is the male energy, very angry. And when he's into other dance form, it is the female energy. So we are all born because of father and mother. So we all, even though physically we are manifested as a male or female, but actually within us, both the energies are there, males and females. So what is the Indian spirituality? The Indian spirituality, like, you talked about this particular aspect. You called me a few hours back that Sushant Sharma has committed suicide. And let us discuss on that. Let me tell you one of the reasons why suicides happen. We feel we are alone. Why it happens? Now here, let me connect this. I'm going to connect all these things: brain, deep learning, Shiva, Nataraj, and all these things. And just look at it. What happens when you do not understand that you have the male energy as well as female energy? Both of them are there. Not physical form. Right? Not the physical form. You are not a transgender. But subtly, there is a male energy and female energy. Male part of brain is left side. That is logic. That is sequential part. That is analytical part. And the right part of the brain is the creative part, intuition. That's why just look at it. Females have the sixth sense, intuition. They can make out many things what males cannot make out. Males are dumb in that because of the right part being very strong with females. On the contrary, with males, they are more logical. This is how they are made. And one interesting thing you observe, in some of the cultures, when a child grows up using left hand, then the elders say, don't use left hand, use right hand. I think this is what we are doing wrong. Why? If a child is using more and more of the left brain, which controls the right part of the body, that means he is more creative, he is more innovative. You talked about Anil Bhandari, and he is one such person who is very creative. He is a lefty. He is a lefty. Just observe one thing, Yuvraj Singh, when he hits a six, you find it very effortless. Why it is effortless? Because the right part of the body is linked with the left part of the brain, and left part of the body is linked with the right part of the brain. So right part of the brain is the female part of the brain, left part of the brain is the male part of the brain. And let us understand one thing. What artificial intelligence scientists are initially working upon is the left part of the brain, which is the logical brain. The right part, it is very difficult. It's very difficult. Once they work on the left part of the brain, maybe after that stage, maybe it will take some 2 to 3 decades for them to even take care of the right part of the brain. Right? On a lighter note, we can say that, we can tell some few people that your brain is a super brain divided into 2 parts, left and right. There is nothing right in your left and there is nothing left in your right. You can tell someone. So as I was talking about Nataraj, India was a great nation which understood that we have both the energies. Now, if we are not balancing these 2 energies, then your life is lopsided. Your life is lopsided. Kindly appreciate this fact. When you watch a rockstar movie, then there is a person, Saddak Etherak. He is very lively. He is very good in music. That means his right is very powerful. But he acts very stupid. He acts very stupid. There are certain contracts according to which he should go to the program, but he is not going because his left is not working. That means he has more of the part of the brain working, but he did not develop the left. This is the case with many of the artists who might be very good artists, but you find the world looks at them a little more crazy. Kishore Kumar was one such person, a little more crazy. Now come to the other part. Say doctors, chartered accountant, lawyers. Many of them who do not have the hobbies, right? Who do not have the other activities. They are confined to their subjects, their business, their profession. They are more lefty. They use only left part of the brain. They are not using that much of the right part of the brain. That's why you find that such people will be very sharp on their subject, but they will not be so very happy. Within them, that happiness is not there. So let us understand, the entire concept of yoga in India was to see to it that there is a right balance. That there is a right balance. If you have a wonderful balance between the left part of your brain as well as the right part of the brain, the balance is good. The balance is there. Then in that case, you yourself become a person. I'm not sure wearing raiment you become a complete man or not, but if you develop your left and right, the male as well as right part, the same thing is termed as China and Japan as yin and yang. So if you balance that, then you never feel you are alone because you have found the entire world within you. Why a person is committing suicide? He has not developed one part of the brain, right, as the other part of the brain. That means he is feeling loneliness. He can be only in the crowd. When he is alone, he is into difficulty. So anyway, we'll come to other part of that thing. But now what I'm trying to tell you is, this is what the human brain is. Now when you want the same faculties what the brains are using, the same thing to be done by machine, that is deep learning. That is deep learning. So deep learning is also about artificial array or artificial matrices of neurons. Artificial array or matrices of neuron. For instance, let us understand what this deep learning is by example. I'll give an example to make it. Suppose you write 3 in English. Now when you write 3, I write 3, somebody else write 3, somebody else write 3. Our handwritings are different. Our handwritings are different. How does the machine come to know this 3 only? How the machine comes to know it is 3? You have something like OCR, optical character recognition, right? How do you do that? For that, you have to go by pixels, pixels into pixels, right? You might choose 32 by 32 or 24 by 24 or 16 by 16. The more the pixels, the better will be the resolution. And that is what happens with your camera also. That is what happens with your camera also. When you say higher megapixels, that means the array of row and column in terms of the points, that is much more condensed, more points are there. That will give a better quality of picture. So, say for instance, you are taking care of 28 by 28 array. So that will be 28 dots. The computer cannot make out this is 3. Let us understand. Computer can say out of this 28 points where something is written. Similarly, out of this 28. So 28 by 28, 784 dots, what it is. That is the first thing. Along with the 74 dots, there will be 784 neurons. 784 neurons. There will be the primary neurons which will link with these dots, pixels. Now from these neurons, there will be the second layer, third layer, fourth layer. There can be a number of layers. As we go on the advanced systems, the layers, and finally, in the last layer, the computer can make out that this is 3. This is 3. It can read it like a human being. Now, this is the example of deep learning. So, in a nutshell, there is artificial intelligence. Within that, there is, we can say, machine. And within machine, there is deep learning. Yeah.
ओके फाइन ना सर, आपने इतने लेफ्ट ब्रेन और राइट ब्रेन की जो बात की और आपने इतने डीप जो आपने बात की है, वी आर क्वाइट श्योर कि आपका तो दोनों ब्रेन आप जबरदस्त यूज करते हो, क्योंकि ये सब चीजें होती है ना सर, वो कौन से ब्रेन से आती है सर? ये तो आप बताओ, ये जो आप चीजें बता रहे हो ये कौन से ब्रेन से आ रही है?
लेट मी टेल यू, मैं आपको एक अच्छी चीज बता रहा हूँ यहाँ पे, शायद मेरे ऑडियंस भी जो है मेरे साथ, मेरे फ्रेंड्स जुड़े हुए, उनको भी अच्छा लगे. Once I was called in Therapant Bhavan. There were some 2,000 young Jain people, and I was told that you have to speak on Jainism. And I enjoy speaking on Mahavir, speaking on Buddha, or Guru Nanak, or Jesus Christ, or Ashok Zarathustra, and like that. So they told me, what are you going to speak? Now, very honestly, I cannot speak on technical aspects of Jainism. Right? I cannot go to those things which are written in the books, because that does not, give me that feel to that extent. So I took up one particular topic, and that was known as mathematics, music, meditation, and Mahavir. Let us understand, as I was talking about. Now, this is one interesting thing. Keval, you talked about 2 speakers. When you actually invited me to be a speaker here, honestly speaking, I would have thought about it, because a few days back only, we had another session. But when you said that Anil Bhandari and Aniket Talati are there, when such wonderful people are there, I would be happy to be the third person, of course, because both of them are very, very, very dynamic council people, council colleagues, and of their fields, masters of their. So when I talk about Aniket, once I was discussing with his father, Sunil Talati, the past president. We are sitting in Mumbai, and Sunil Bhai asked a question: why is mathematics a subject in chartered accountants? Why do you require this subject? So at that point of time, many people said, yes, mathematics is useless, we should remove it. At that point of time, I told that, why mathematics is compulsory when you want to go to IIM Ahmedabad? When you go to IIM Ahmedabad, in their entrance, they don't ask you management, they ask you mathematics. Similarly, when you go to IIT Bombay, they don't initially ask you technology, they ask about mathematics. Similarly, when you go to Harvard, or you go to Stanford, or INSEAD, or London School of Economics, they ask you mathematics. You go for computronics, you require mathematics. You go for engineering, you require mathematics. You go for astronaut science, you require mathematics. You go for higher level of military positions, you require mathematics. That is known as operation research. You want to become a fighter pilot, you require mathematics. Then the question is, why mathematics for all these things? It has been proved that those who are very good at mathematics, they have developed their left brain. Because of mathematics, your analysis has improved, your reasoning ability has improved, your logical thinking has improved, your sequential thinking has improved, your speed has increased. So this is the left part of the brain. Now let us come to music. When it comes, music is depicted. It can be music, it can be painting, it can be dancing, it can be any form of art. That is what is the right part of the brain. If you are very much into music, genuinely, you are a guitarist or a singer or a drummer or a piano player, or maybe you are a dancer or whatever, you are a painter. So you are, making this part of the brain activated. That is intuition. Keval, you must have seen many a times that you are not in a position to take decisions in your life. What is right for me and what is not right for me. One of the reasons is because the right part of the brain has not been that much developed. The right part of the brain has some intuitive power. we say the sixth sense. We say the sixth sense. So music is linked with the right part, and meditation, that is the center. So if somebody is in a genuine state of meditation, right, who is regular into meditation, he can never think of committing suicide. He knows the beauty of life. He is actually related to the universal energy, right? That is what meditation is. So I took up the concept of mathematics, music, meditation, and Mahavir. That means if you are good with all these three, mathematics, music, and meditation, you have the potential of becoming Mahavir. And that should be each and every person's life purpose, becoming Mahavir or Krishna or Christ or whatever the case is. So anyway, you asked me and just I discuss in some way. Yeah.
Sir, we got the base message. 4M जो आपने बोल दिया, mathematics, Mahavir, meditation and music. I think so it is one of the most important things जो आपने बताया है, जिसके ऊपर एक्चुअली में काम I guess करना चाहिए. Yes sir.
ये फिफ्थ एम है मनी, वो भी चाहिए, फाइनेंशियल फ्रीडम. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं.
सर ये इतना नॉलेज जो आपको है, ये एक जरा मैं आउट ऑफ सिलेबस क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा हूँ. ये कोई डॉक्टर ने जो इसने ब्रेन की सर्जरी की है उसको भी नहीं पता होगा कि वो लेफ्ट ब्रेन का क्या हो रहा है, राइट ब्रेन के अंदर क्या है. इतना आपको कोई बुक है सर इसके ऊपर या समवेयर रिसर्च? बहुत टाइम सर.
नहीं केवल ऐसा नहीं है. Let us understand there are experts in various fields. There are neurosurgeons. They know far better about brains than what you and I can even imagine, because they are into that field. Those who are into yoga, they know very well about this mind. So there are number of experts. The only thing is, many a times we become one-sided. We become lopsided. Suppose you are a student, then you only study your curriculum for 20 years in your life. Then when you are doing job, for 20 years you do job. Or you are into business, for 20 years you do business. So that means you do not pay attention to these things. If you interact with different type of people, if you travel to different part, if you add more and more experiences to your life, good and bad both, and if you read different good authors on different subjects, then I am sure about it, you will also get the basic knowledge of that. You don't require a very advanced knowledge of everything, but if you have the basic knowledge, then I think it's good, it enriches your life. Yeah.
Okay. सर यहाँ से जो कमेंट्स आ रही है ना वो मुझे डिस्ट्रैक्ट कर रही है एक्चुअल में, क्योंकि ऐसी कमेंट्स आ रही है. किसी ने बीच में तो बहुत सारी कमेंट्स आ रही थी, लाइक जय सर इज द एलन मस्क ऑफ द सूरत एंड एन नंबर ऑफ थिंग्स आर कमिंग अराउंड. यस सर, जरा आगे बढ़ते हैं. Do we require any kind of language? Do we require learning of any kind of language for it? Artificial intelligence की अगर बात करें तो.
Okay, so artificial intelligence के लिए कोई language as such सीखना जरूरी नहीं है. Let us understand. Whenever you want to do something in terms of information technology, particularly information technology, the first stage is requirement analysis. Right? Requirement analysis. Then comes the second stage, systems design or program design. And then comes the third stage, programming or coding. So coding is not the primary stage. If you have the understanding of the business processes, the systems required in business, if you can understand what are the threats from the external environment, right? If you can understand the requirements of your data, what is going to be your data requirement, what is the end result you are expecting, right? How you are going to process the data, how many people should be given the access, what are the challenges. If you know all these things, right, if you can make out the analysis, that is termed as requirement analysis. For requirement analysis, which is the highest stage, believe me, even a layman can do it. Even a layman can. I'll give you a simple example. When GST came up, it was very sure that GST software is going to be sold, thousands of copies and lakhs of copies of GST software is going to be sold. So what happens? A chartered accountant understands GST. He does not understand maybe technology. And maybe a person with technology, he understands how to codify, but he does not understand GST. So what is more important? More important is understanding GST. Language is only converter. I'll give another example. Say for instance, our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, goes to Africa as a speaker. And African people cannot understand English. Let us take an example. So he will have a person who is translator. Modi will speak something and then the translator will translate it into the African language. So programming is like that translator. So when the audience is clapping. The clapping is not for the translator. Clapping is for Mr. Modi. Do you get my point? So requirement analysis is more important. Understanding what are the areas where technology can be employed, right? That is more important. But at the same time, if you understand programming also, it will be adding fragrance to the flower, right?
Yes.
It will surely enhance your perception about that particular field. Because what happens now, you have knowledge about business, you understand management, you understand corporates, you understand finance. Along with that, now you understand technology. If there is a good blend of both of them, can you understand what it will happen? You can work out miracles. So it is good to go with languages. These days, Java and Python are the two languages. See, there are thousands of languages, different languages for different purposes. There can be C++ and this and that. I know very well. In 1988, that is almost 32 years back, when I studied computers, I was interested in learning computers. It was not as part of the school or college syllabus or even CA syllabus, right? But then, those days, there were programming languages like BASIC and COBOL. BASIC was an interpreter and COBOL was a compiler. These were the languages those days. Today, there are thousands and thousands of languages. You don't have to study all the languages, but while I have discussed with some of the technical people, technology people, I have understood that these days, Python and Java, these are the two languages people are looking at. Corporates are looking mostly at these languages. Yeah.
ओके फाइन. सो जो आपने बोला कि बेसिकली कोडिंग वगैरह तो थर्ड लेवल पे आएगा. सो अगर किसी को कोडिंग एक बार नहीं भी आता है, बट आगे के जो फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड लेवल जो है रिक्वायरमेंट एनालिसिस एंड प्रोग्राम डिजाइनिंग, अगर बंदा इतना भी अगर अच्छे से कर पाता है तो कोडिंग का तो अरेंजमेंट अगर हो सकता है. सो इट इज नॉट प्राइमरी रिक्वायरमेंट फॉर अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट. उसको कोडिंग आना ही चाहिए इफ ही वांट्स टू एंटर इनटू द फील्ड ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी, राइट?
जैसे अगर आप अपना घर बना रहे हैं तो आपको ये पता चलना चाहिए कि भाई बेडरूम कहाँ पे है, ड्राइंग रूम कहाँ पे है, बेड कहाँ पे रखोगे, टीवी कहाँ रखो. आपको सुथार बनने की जरूरत नहीं है और टीवी फिट करने वाला बनने की जरूरत नहीं है. सो यू रिक्वायर रिक्वायरमेंट एनालिसिस. उसके बाद का काम करने के लिए आपके पास लोग हैं, बट एट द सेम टाइम लर्निंग अ लैंग्वेज इज एडिंग फ्रेग्रेंस टू द फ्लावर, वी कैन से.
ओके सर, लैंग्वेज की अगर बात करें तो जितना मैंने पढ़ा है, हायर लेवल लैंग्वेज भी आती है कुछ. हायर लेवल लैंग्वेज जो आज मैं तुम्हें दोपहर को देख रहा था, सर व्हाट इज दिस हायर लेवल लैंग्वेज?
Okay, so let us understand there are different types of languages. Higher level language, lower level language. Many people feel that higher level language मतलब bounce आएगी. No, higher level languages are the languages which are more similar to our languages, human like language. So it is something like English, so you can easily read that. And the lower level language are also termed as machine level language. Machine level language, let us understand this fact. The computers cannot understand anything. Computers can only understand the bits and the bytes, right? Let us understand what is A in computer. आप समझो पहले इस चीज को, then only you can understand what are the various languages. Suppose we understand A. Now what is A for a computer? Computer does not understand A. So computer will assign a particular number to A, right? The programmer who has programmed for A has assigned, say for instance, that is 265. 265 refers to A. Now this 265 is codified in ASCII code. ASCII code is American Standard Code for Information Interchange, ASCII, right? There were different codes like holographic codes. There was BCD, binary coded decimals. There were EBCDIC, extended binary code for interchange code, and then the ASCII. ASCII is the most acceptable because it was there in US, and we know that when it comes to computers, US dominates the world. Of course, where Indians are working, but as a nation, US is dominating. And then, of course,
Yes.
our Silicon Valley in India. So what happens? Computer only understands yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, on, off, on, off, on, off. A in terms of computer may be on, off, on, off, on, off. 9 different bits will make a byte, and that will be A. So this on, off level language, machine level language, that we can. High level language is what we can understand, but machine cannot understand. Can you understand? Computer has a different language, I have a different language. So I'll write in my language and the computer has to understand its language. For that you require converting. Higher level language is what is suitable to Human beings, lower level for machines.
Okay.
You require assemblers, that is interpreters or compilers to convert. This is about languages.
सर अगर आप इंटरप्रेटर के और कंपाइलर की अगर आपने बात की तो सर कैन यू प्लीज एक्सप्लेन व्हाट इज इंटरप्रेटर एंड व्हाट इज कंपाइलर?
So I tell you one thing. Interpreter क्या होता है? It takes one statement, right, which is in high language, higher level language. It converts it into the machine level language and works on it. Then it goes to the second statement, once again picks it up, converts it from higher level language to lower language, works on that. So it goes this way. While compiler, what it does, it takes the entire program or major fraction of program and all the higher level language will be converted at a time in the lower level language, at the machine level language. Once everything is converted, then he will start executing. So this is the difference between interpreter and compiler.
ओके तो जो हमने समझा अगर एक एग्जांपल के अंदर ही अगर समझे तो जो आपने बोला कि मोदी जी जब साउथ अफ्रीका जाते हैं तो मोदी जी बात हिंदी में करते हैं, वो बोलेंगे हिंदी में लेकिन फिर वो कन्वर्जन जो होगा वो डिवाइस करेगा जो उनको उनकी लैंग्वेज में समझाएगा. तो मशीन को समझाने के लिए उसकी लैंग्वेज के अंदर जो काम करेगा दैट इज इंटरप्रेटर एंड कंपाइलर. दैट इज व्हाट आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड.
So you require a translator. Yes, you require a translator that can be interpreter or compiler. अच्छा, ये आपने जो क्वेश्चन कहा ना, सिंपल भाषा में बताता हूँ. अगर मान लो मोदी जी एक एक स्टेटमेंट बोले और रुक जाए और सामने वो जो ट्रांसलेटर है एक एक सेंटेंस कन्वर्ट करे और पब्लिक बीच में तालियां बजा रही है, ठीक है, तो ये इंटरप्रेटर जैसा है. लेकिन मोदी जी पूरा 15-20 मिनट की स्पीच पूरी बोल जाए, पब्लिक उनका मुंह देख रही है, उस 20 मिनट के बाद वो भाई साहब जो है वो पूरा ट्रांसलेट करे और पब्लिक बाद में उसके ऊपर रिएक्ट कर रही है, तो ये कंपाइलर जैसा है. I hope the example is clear. Interpreter, compiler.
Yes. Perfect. Sir, यहाँ से जरा आगे बढ़ते हैं about the language. Sir, I want to ask you something about what is analog and what is digital. What is analog and what is digital?
Okay. So see, let's say एक बहुत simple example से मैं आपको समझाता हूँ इसको. Analog versus digital. अगर आपने पुराने जमाने की वो ब्लैक कलर की LP देखी हो, LP, पुराने जमाने में एक एलपी आती थी रिकॉर्ड, उससे म्यूजिक बजता था. आई एम नॉट श्योर वेदर यू सीन इट और नॉट. देयर आर डिफरेंट साइजेस एंड स्पीड, 33, 45, 78 एलपीस होती थी. दे यूज्ड टू रिकॉर्ड एनालॉग. और डिजिटल जो है दैट इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू बिट्स एंड बाइट्स, जो मैं थोड़ी देर पहले आपको समझा रहा था 0110 की लैंग्वेज. आई विल गिव अनदर एग्जांपल. सपोज यू यूज द थर्मोमीटर दैट डॉक्टर यूजेस. एक डॉक्टर जो थर्मोमीटर यूज करता है एनालॉग वन, राइट, वो उसमें क्या होता है 0101 से आप नहीं कर रहे. द मर्क्यूरी लेवल राइजेस, दैट इज लाइक एनालॉग. बट सपोज देयर इज अ थर्मोमीटर, यू पुट इन योर माउथ एंड द नंबर कम्स अप, सो दैट इज लाइक डिजिटल. आई विल गिव अनदर एग्जांपल. You look at a watch where you know the hour and minute कि जो हमारे कांटे हैं, आवर का कांटा, मिनट का कांटा, हैंड्स, दे मूव. दैट इज लाइक एनालॉग. द टाइम इज शोन एज 12.08, 12.09. दैट इज डिजिटल.
ओके फाइन. एंड ओके फाइन. तो सर ये तो बात हुई अपनी एनालॉग और डिजिटल की, और जो अपने बहुत टाइम से बात करते हैं वी स्टार्टेड विद फ्रॉम आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस. अपन आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस की कहानी बताई थी. इट स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम 1956 and then we went to machine learning and अपन हमको पता है कि artificial intelligence is a bigger aspect. उसके बाद आपका आता है machine learning, उसके बाद अपना आता है deep learning. We talked about the languages and we talked about the analog and digital. Now sir, most important question is, sir ये artificial intelligence impact कैसे करेगा? And if I talk about the impact of artificial intelligence, then first thing that comes to my mind is the employment. क्योंकि बहुत बार ये क्वेश्चन आ चुका है कि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस बहुत लोगों की नौकरी छीन लेगा या ये नौकरी प्रोवाइड करेगा. सो व्हाट इज द इंपैक्ट ऑफ एआई ऑन द एम्प्लॉयमेंट पार्ट?
Okay. So interestingly, before joining this program, I was into another program of Institute Chartered of India, and there our guest of honor was from Tanzania. He was the CEO of Standard Chartered Tanzania, and he was telling about this aspect that with this artificial intelligence, within a very short period of time, a few months, 75 million jobs are going to go away. Now that's a threat. 75 million jobs going away. Is it a joke? Definitely not. But interestingly, he said that against that, there will be 130 million jobs created. So 75 million jobs moving out and 30 million jobs coming in. So employment opportunity should increase. The only thing is that those people who are with the traditional and orthodox mindset, who do not change their skill set, they are going to be out of the picture. See, let us understand. Even when agriculture revolution happened, when you introduce tractors, you introduce machines in agriculture sector, people say, what are human beings going to do now? There will be unemployment. But it never happened so. It never happened so. New type of jobs were created. Similarly, when the industrial revolution came up, then also people said, now there are machines, now there are more and more machines. What will happen to human beings? There also unemployment did not disappear. Employment did not disappear. The only thing is the nature of employment changes. What I believe is employment definitely will have a sustainable increase because the human wants are increasing. Human wants are continuously increasing. Just look at your requirements, right? A few years back, you did not require Instagram or Facebook or Netflix or Amazon or many things. Today, you require so many things. So more and more employment will be created, but only for those people who adapt themselves to the new technologies, to the new knowledge. Those who are bookish, bookworms, so-called toppers of their schools, maybe they are going to be displaced. They are going to be into a difficulty. That's what's going to be the issue regarding employment.
Okay, fine. Sir, impact of AI के ऊपर से जो हमने अभी cover किया, that was on the employment. Sir, what will be the impact of AI when it comes to business part?
Wonderful impact होगा business के ऊपर. You can do your business in a very, very different way. Very, very different way. Let us understand one thing. Let us understand the example of Netflix here. Netflix. See, many years back, what happened? Suppose you were Shimeru company, which produces certain films. What were you doing? You produced a film and then you want to all the type of audience and you say, this is the only film I have. This is the only film I have and you people have to watch this film only, which was not acceptable. That was the past. Today, what is Netflix doing? Netflix is using artificial intelligence. Whatever type of films you are watching on Netflix, whatever type of programs you are watching on Netflix, Netflix will show you more and more such type of movies. More and more such type of movies will be put forward by Netflix. So one of the very big risks with Netflix is if your Netflix is being used by your father, he will come to know what movies you are watching, right? Because this is what the impact on business. There will be data analysis, big data, volumes of data will be analyzed. Volumes of data. Imagine a scene. Now you have concept like Amazon stores. You know what Amazon is doing? You just have to go inside the store. The store recognize your face. There is a facial recognition, right? So the face knows who has come. The store knows who has come. You pick up whatever article you want to pick up and there are sensors. They will sense that these articles are picked up. And you straight away walk down. You walk out of the store. You don't have to wait for any cashier or somebody. You straight away walk out. What is that? The store, they can link up what is your credit card, automatically your money is deducted. What a luxury. What a luxury. So this is how, this is one example how artificial intelligence is going to impact the business. I think there is going to be an enormous impact on business in the coming years because of artificial intelligence.
Yes, and I totally agree. और बिजनेस करने की मेथड भी सर पूरी चेंज हो जाएगी. जो हमने देखा है वर्क फ्रॉम होम, आई गेस. हाँ सर, am I not audible?
Actually, you are not audible. I am just trying to judge. मैं आज मशीन बन गया हूँ. मैं किसी तरह से जज की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि केवल क्या बोल रहा है.
Okay, व्यूअर्स को मैं जरा बता दूं सर, देयर इज ओनली 20 सेकंड रिमेनिंग. अपना 1 घंटा खत्म होने आया है, तो वापस अपने रिज्वाइन करेंगे. तो आई गेस उसमें ये वॉइस का प्रॉब्लम भी सॉल्व